Here we go. What is going on? Cover One crew. Welcome back to the show. Hope y'all are good on this Monday. Why am I excited? I'm stoked because we are talking mock draft 3.0, my final mock draft for the 2023 NFL Draft. It is coming very quickly. Thursday night, we will have round one. And go check out Cover One for all the NFL Draft coverage. They're going to have lots of shows. But I got my final mock draft for y'all. Before we get started, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends because it's good. I'm going to have crazy content for you all off season long as we enter into the regular season. But what do you say we dive into the NFL mock draft 3.0 final, baby? Let's go. Let's kick it off right away and waste no time. C.J. Stroud, number 1 overall to the Carolina Panthers. I'm sticking to form, baby. I've been having Stroud as the number 1 overall pick this entire time, and I am not wavering, even with all the chatter saying him apparently ghosting the Manning camp and everything. I think his value still remains the same, and C.J. Stroud should be the number 1 overall pick. Number 2, Houston Texans. They're going to take Bryce Young. And the way that D'Amico Ryans is continuing to rebuild this team and revamp the entire unit, you need that franchise passer behind center, and you cannot pass up a guy like Bryce Young, who could be something like a Drew Brees. Hopefully, he's not a Gumby like a Tua, so I think it's going to fit in very well. Number 2, Houston gets Bryce Young, franchise passer for at least the next 10 years. Number 3, the Arizona Cardinals, they're going to go Jalen Carter, and you're not going to pass this up whatsoever. You need interior line help. The new head coach is going to try to help this defense round out everything that they have right now. Budda Baker wants out too, so you got to get some players in here to try to keep Budda happy to say, we're helping the cause. Jalen Carter would be an instant fit, even though there are off-field character issues. I don't see him passing the Arizona Cardinals at number 3. Number 4, Will Levis. All the rumors saying that the Indianapolis Colts right now are completely infatuated. Could be smoke screen, but they're infatuated with Will Levis and his game. I just did his scouting report, and I got to tell you, I really did like his game that much more because the fact that he could play in a dome with Jonathan Taylor, I think, they could go really fast, especially if they get a very quick, speedy wide receiver. Will Levis could do wonders in Indianapolis. Number 5, Will Anderson, Alabama edge rusher. Seattle says, thank you very much. We'll take Will Anderson, a Von Miller type of edge rushing presence at number 5, and that's a score for the Seahawks. Hearing rumors that they may go Anthony Richardson at number 5. I would not be shocked in that case either, but if you got Will Anderson or an Anthony Richardson on the board at this point, I think you're going Will Anderson. You cannot pass up a Von Miller type of player. Number 6, the Detroit Lions. They're going to go Tyree Wilson, Texas Tech edge rusher, and you got Hutchinson on the other side. Why would you not continue to build this defensive front? You want to get more pressures after the quarterback, and the Detroit Lions showed offensively that they could hang with a lot of teams in the NFL. The defense let them down majority of the time where they did lose contests, so you get a guy like Tyree Wilson with a Hutchinson. Good Lord, that's a great tandem to be rushing the quarterback, no kidding. Number 7, the Las Vegas Raiders. They're going Anthony Richardson, and this is the thing. Jimmy Garoppolo goes to a team that he's going to be the starter, but then he's going to be, in the waiting wings. The rookie is going to try to take over, but Anthony Richardson, in this case, he needs time to grow. He needs some tutelage. He needs some schooling, and playing behind a guy like Jimmy G would benefit his case, so I think the Raiders are looking long-term for the future, but they do want to have Jimmy G as a starter right now. Anthony Richardson makes a ton of sense here at number 7. Number 8, the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to go my guy, John Robinson. And kind of like the Christian McCaffrey thing, a lot of people said there's going to be no running backs taken in the first top 12 picks in that draft. When McCaffrey was picked, he was picked in the top 10. Likewise will be for a Bijan. Atlanta is rebuilding this entire offense. They need a thoroughbred in the backfield to help aid in a Desmond Ridder and his progression and his schooling up in his own game. Bijan would easily take 300 touches in the backfield for these Falcons. And, playing in a weaker division, Bijan would feast. No kidding about it. I think the Atlanta Falcons will not blink if Bijan is on the board at number 8. Number 9, the Chicago Bears. They're going to go Paris Johnson Jr. And, you got to protect Justin Fields. I was flirting with the idea that Jackson Smith-Njigba could reunite with a Justin Fields in other mock drafts, but at this point, trading for DJ Moore, I think Paris Johnson Jr. makes a whole heap of sense. You got to protect your quarterback. If Justin Fields is your franchise, clearly he is because you guys traded back with the Panthers. I think you got to continue revamping that offensive line. Number 10, the Philadelphia Eagles. Nolan Smith, Georgia edge rusher. He just fits everything. In fly, Eagles fly. And I mean, they just continue to add crazy talent in this in the drafts. They have 2 picks again in this draft. Just signed Jalen Hurts to a massive contract extension. So now build your defense with youth and cheaper deals. Nolan Smith showcased his crazy athletic ability at the combine. He fits in great at number 10. Might be a little reach, but he won't be here at the back end of the first round. No kidding. Number 11, the Tennessee Titans. They're going Peter Skoronski. They got to rebuild this offensive line, and even if you don't have him at tackle, you can swing him into guard. He'll probably be one of the best dominating guards in the NFL for the next 12 years. Skoronski is a great talent. He is very good in technique-wise, technically sound, I should say. But, I mean, Skoronski at number 11 to the Titans makes a lot of sense. Even though they are talking a lot of Derrick Henry trades, they almost feel like they're in rebuild mode in Tennessee. It's like one of those ones that are kind of teetering on the edge of a rebuild, and I think Skoronski will help along that cause. Number 12, Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's going to the Houston Texans, Ohio State wide receiver. And, I mean, you get yourself a Bryce Young, you get yourself a Njigba, and, I mean, now you got a great offensive punch with a Damian Pierce. I think that the Houston Texans will be a very entertaining team in the next couple years, especially with how DeMeco Ryans has that defense playing. No kidding, they're going to be fun to watch. Number 13, the New York Jets. They're going to go Michael Mayer, tight end from Notre Dame. And you know what? I'm going on the notion that Aaron Rodgers, the trade will go through eventually. Hearing rumor that the discussions have ramped up once again. This pick may not be here for the Jets if they do give it up to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers, but at this point, Michael Mayer, they do not have a quality, elite, talented tight end. Mayer would do this offense a great deal of service, man. Number 14, the New England Patriots, Lucas Van Ness. Van Ness just screams Bill Belichick type of player. Continue to add pieces on the defensive front. Add him a piece to help Judon as well. Rush the passer. You're playing Josh Allen. You might be playing Aaron Rodgers. You need players to be rushing the quarterback. Van Ness would fit in with the Patriots very well at number 14. Number 15, Broderick Jones, Green Bay Packers, offensive tackle from Georgia. And I mean, okay, if the Aaron Rodgers deal does, conclude and the saga does end this week, Broderick Jones helping protect for a Jordan Love would be a stroke of genius. I was flirting with the idea of wide receiver, but I mean, with Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson the past year, I don't foresee them going number 1 here at a wide receiver at pick number 15. Number 16, Devin Witherspoon, Illinois defensive back, cornerback, going to the Washington Commanders, the Commies. And I mean, it's hard not to like what the Commanders are doing as a team overall. They need a lot of help on the defensive back end. If Sam Howell does turn out to be the quarterback that they hope he's going to be, that I believe he can be as well, you need a defense to help the cause and give him the ball back and give him more possessions because they got a lot of offensive power, no kidding. Number 17, Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to go Joey Porter Jr. A lot of, chatter saying they want to go up the board and get a Jalen Carter because they love his game. I think that they won't be able to swing a trade up that high for a defensive tackle either. So, you know what? They're going to rest here at 17, and they're going to take the bloodlines because Joey Porter Sr. used to play for the Steelers as well. Bring the young blood in, and he screams Pittsburgh Steeler with his physicality and toughness. He will fit in like a glove. Number 18, Detroit Lions with their second pick. They're going to go Christian Gonzalez, and they're going to say thank you very much because they traded Jeff Okudah to the Atlanta Falcons. They got to continue to revamp the defensive back end. Keep building this defense. Give Jared Goff some assistance. Hopefully he gets the ball back. And Christian Gonzalez is that rangy, fast, athletic type of defensive back that they do not have in Detroit. He would be absolutely gorgeous in the blue. Myles Murphy, number 19, Clemson edge rusher, going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay's got a lot of needs. Now that Tommy Touchdown is no longer there, you could go offensive line here as well, but I like Myles Murphy. He's a big edge rusher with a great deal of pursuit. He will aid in the run game. He will aid in going after the quarterback. I like Myles Murphy a lot. I think he's being slept on quite a bit in this process right now, but Tampa Bay would be extremely ecstatic with getting a Myles Murphy here at number 19. Number 20, the Seattle Seahawks with their second pick. They're going to go B.J. Ojulari, and I mean LSU edge rusher. Might be a little high, but we know that Seattle doesn't typically go with everyone else's board, and I think that they want to continue to revamp this defense, man. Okay, you got yourself a Will Anderson at number 5. You go and get yourself a B.J. Ojulari at number 20, and you got yourself a defense. Go rush the passer. You're going to be crazy in that sense. And I mean, this defense will look very good. You want to get youthful. You want to get cheaper contracts on the defense. And you're going to build a Legion of Boom 2.0. I definitely like it a lot, man. Number 21, the Los Angeles Chargers. Bolt up. They're going to go Jordan Addison. A lot of rumor this offseason discussing the Keenan Allen potential, trade away. And it could potentially happen. I would not, not this year, maybe next year. So they got to stack the cupboards with extreme talented wide receivers to help the cause for a Justin Herbert, because that contract extension is coming for him as well. You will not pass up a Jordan Addison. He will add another dynamic to this offense that you absolutely will love. Chargers fans, Jordan Addison is a real deal. Believe me on that one. Number 22, Baltimore Ravens, going to go Kalijah Cansey, at 22, defensive tackle. He's making a lot of waves. A lot of people comparing him to a lesser Aaron Donald. I mean, he's good, but we'll see if it's Aaron Donald. Let's not, go over the top just yet. But Baltimore requires more interior linemen, and Cansey sitting here at number 22 would be a great fit, especially after they got themselves an Odell Beckham Jr. I do not foresee them drafting a wide receiver here at all. Number 23, Minnesota Vikings. They're going to shock some people, and they're going to go Zay Jones, Boston College. This one hurts me because I would love Zay to be with the Buffalo Bills. But at wide receiver, now you got Justin Jefferson, you got Zay Jones, you got Dalvin Cook. Good Lord, good luck trying to defend all that. JJ with his Zay Flowers would be open all day long, even more so than he already is. Could you imagine the offensive punch that Kirk Cousins could even provide? I could throw probably 4,000 yards with Justin Jefferson and Zay Jones on the field. Goodness, man. Absolutely crazy. Number 24, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to go Deonte Banks, Maryland cornerback. He may go higher in this draft. He's getting a lot of steam and a lot of noise to promote his game right now. He is turning. I looked at his tape. He is a quality defensive back, and I think the Jaguars would be so enthralled to see him fall here to 24 as they require help on the defensive secondary. The team is rounding out extremely nicely, and they need some more defensive help. Banks would be an instant upgrade in that position. Number 25, the New York Giants. They're going to go Brian Branch, Alabama defensive back, cornerback / safety. He's making a lot of waves right now as well, saying that he's creeped up into that first round. A lot of teams really like his game, and they're going to, likely see him fall into that first round. Branch is an instant success here in New York. He can play the nickel. He's got lots of range. He can play safety, can play defensive back, and I like his game a lot. I think he's a very talented defensive back, man. Number 26, the Dallas Cowboys, Brian Brees, and I probably got his name wrong because it's a tough one, but Clemson, defensive tackle. Dallas could go many ways here as well. They could, I don't foresee them going wide receiver either, but I think they want to continue on the defensive end, defensive side. You get a guy like Brees in the defensive tackle spot. Now you're continuing your prowess at rushing the quarterback and playing a team like the Philadelphia Eagles. You need all the big bodies you can get up front, and Brees would be an absolute great fit for the Cowboys. Number 27, Bills Mafia. I got Darnell Wright. Only because Zay Jones and Zay Flowers, and Jordan Addison have been picked off the board. I think the Bills' natural selection here is going to be tackle. You got to protect Josh Allen. There was some issues this past year with protection, and Darnell Wright would be an absolute glorious, I was going to mix both those words, glorious get for the Bills, as he would be a staple on the tackle spot for many years to come. Number 28, the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to go Keely Ringo. This might shock some people, but I think Ringo is a first-round talent. He's being slept on hugely in this draft process. Ringo does have the ability to potentially transfer or rotate back to be a safety as well, something like a Brian Branch, but he does have enough range that he could play defensive back on a team that's in desperate need of them. They have no safeties really to speak of, and they need defensive back help, so I think Ringo would be an absolute pure get for the Cincinnati Bengals. Number 29, finish it off with the last three. Trenton Simpson. He's going to find his way potentially into this first round linebacker. I know this linebacker class is relatively weak compared to ones that we have been used to over the years. Trenton Simpson is a great one. He's kind of that hybrid type of linebacker, but you could play him all over the field as well. He's got lots of range, lots of speed, lots of get, and I think the New Orleans Saints totally love their linebackers, and they just get sneaky with their picks. Now with Derek Carr here, I think that they can continue to rebuild this defense that much more. Number 30, I may shock some people. I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs, Alabama running back to the Philadelphia Eagles. simply because he won't be here in the second round for the Eagles. And what really do the Eagles need at this point? They're rounding out their roster. We could see 2 running backs go in the first round. I know it's highly unlikely, but I want to have some fun. I think that Gibbs here to the Eagles would be absolutely gorgeous. If they miss out on a Bijan Robinson, we could potentially see them trade back into the second round, picking a Gibbs. But just for, fun and, S and giggles, I might just put Gibbs here at 30 and, hopefully that works out for my benefit as a predictor. But, it's highly unlikely we see 2 running backs, but Gibbs to the Eagles would be absolutely phenomenal. Last one on the board, the Kansas City Chiefs, Will McDonald, Iowa State edge rusher. Again, the Chiefs can go in multiple ways also. But, they love their rushers, man, their edge presence. They want to get after the quarterback. They want to be that tough team. No more Frank Clark on the roster. He may sign on a cheaper deal now after this draft is done. But if they get a guy like Will McDonald, continue with Chris Jones on the rushing prowess, I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal for these Chiefs. And there you go. That is first round mock draft final 3.0. So there you have it. That is a little mock draft Monday. My final mock draft for the 2023 NFL draft. I'm so excited. Hope you guys are as well. Hope you've enjoyed a lot of the scouting reports that I have put out. They will continue after the draft because there's tons of players you guys got to be aware of as we enter the fantasy football season as well. Not only for your favorite team, I got you covered for all of it, but nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. What do you like about my draft, the final one? Who do you got, where you got players going in yours? Throw them in the comments. We can definitely talk it out, but we'll see you next time. I am out.